Welcome to CCTV America and our Washington Broadcast Center. The contest between President Obama and his Republican challenger, Mitt Romney, the former governor of Massachusetts, is among the closest in recent American history. The election here is seen as giving Americans a clear choice between two separate visions. There are important distinctions in their international views as well and how the U.S. presidency will impact the world. During the next several hours, we'll focus on global perspectives. We have correspondents fanned out around the world in Beijing, Bogota, Bangkok, from Havana to Tel Aviv, Cairo, Nairobi, and London. We're also live at the Obama and Romney headquarters in Chicago and in Boston. And we will have live reports from the crucial swing states of Ohio and Florida. My colleague, Anna Naidu, will have a panel of foreign policy and election analysts with him throughout the evening. And Philip Yin will provide financial and business angles as well. But first, we're going to check in with Elaine Reyes. She'll be tapping into those global views during the hours ahead. Elaine.
Good evening, Mike. I am here overlooking the north portico of the White House, the official residence and offices of the President of the United States. For nearly 4 years now, President Obama, his First Lady Michelle, and their daughters Sasha and Malia have lived here.
U.S. troops in Syria. Now, where the two candidates really differ the most is on U.S. domestic policy. Let's take a look at that. Governor Romney wants to reform the tax code, cutting rates for all Americans. He favors reducing cutting rates for all Americans, reducing the foreign aid budget, and opposes a government mandate that compels everyone to get health insurance. And on energy, he wants more onshore and offshore oil development, leading to North American independence, energy independence, that is, by 2020. President Obama, on the other hand, wants to raise taxes only on the highest income earners in the United States. He wants to give tax incentives to companies that hire American workers. His health care bill mandate requires all Americans to buy insurance. And on energy, he wants to get 80% of U.S. energy from sources other than oil by 2035. Now, of course, Mike, we are going to be looking at a lot more of the differences between these two candidates as the night unfolds, but for now, it's over to you.
All right, thanks so much. The big question on everyone's mind right now is likely who's ahead. And right now, we can tell you we're going to have a bar up here throughout the evening that will identify how the electoral votes are shaking out. And of course, the first person to reach the magic number of 270 wins. It's part of a confusing system, which needs a little bit of explaining. Electing a U.S. president. The U.S. presidential election is held every 4 years, always on the first Tuesday of November. Democrats and Republicans make up the two major political parties, but there are also independent candidates on the ballot. Votes are counted state by state, each with a given number of electoral votes. The candidate with the majority of the popular vote takes the electoral votes in each state. The total electoral count is 538. The first person to get to 270 wins the presidency. The president is inaugurated on January 20th of next year. All right, let's look at some of the latest states that have been won by both candidates. New Jersey and New York were likely to go with President Obama. They do, as does New Mexico. Of course, his home state of Illinois also in his camp. Texas, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Georgia going for Governor Mitt